Welcome back to Fourth and Pain, the only football and pro wrestling show to be hosted by an NFL player, the weight loss champion, Redskins defensive end Adam Carriker is with me.
This is Fourth and Pain, and we know our worth. And our worth is millions of dollars, millions of dollars, millions of dollars.
Oh, wow. And I am the $1 million weight loss champion, Chuck Carroll here. Be sure to follow the show at Fourth and Pain, where we tweet out brand new shows each weekday, 1 p.m. Eastern.
I hope they were watching that on YouTube. If
Oh.
you're not watching that on YouTube, it was a travesty, but it
That's-
was funny to watch.
It's a YouTube classic. It's an instant classic, but there is a reason why we just acted a fool, and that is because we have one half of the primetime players with us, friend of the show, Titus ONeil. How are you, Titus?
I'm awesome, man. How are you?
Doing very well. Appreciate you taking the time. You and Adam
Absolutely.
are fast friends at this point, I understand.
Yeah, we are, but he's really working on that friendship, working on dwindling that friendship because he's supposed to call me at 5 o'clock and he was about 12 minutes late.
Man, you are a
I
prompt
know what
individual.
politics is.
Did you grow up in the Army or something?
No, man, I'm a time guy. You can mess with my money, you can mess with everything else, but don't waste my time.
All right.
I got to get ready to take my kids to football practice.
You know what, man? I
I'm still up there
apologize.
waiting on your phone call.
My sincerest apologies. It will never, ever happen again. I apologize,
Well,
It was Chuck's fault.
I'm sure it won't.
It was
I
Chuck's
can
fault.
assure you it won't.
Yeah, I can assure you it won't. This is the last interview Titus will be doing with Fourth and Pain. But a guy that would definitely flourish under the Tom Coughlin punctuality system. But welcome to the show. Fresh off of SummerSlam. The primetime players, man, y'all are looking pretty good. How's everything going for you right now in WWE?
Man, it's going awesome, and it's going to be even better because we're determined to take whatever opportunities that are open and run with them. We've got some guys injured right now, obviously, in our top spots, and we've been working since we were joined last year, to be able to showcase our talents and showcase why we're the roughest, toughest, and most entertaining tag team in the WWE, and I think that opportunity is come, and we're gonna make the most of it.
Now, we're friends on and off the air, and I'm a legit Titus ONeil fan, and I've heard Jerry Lawler say more than a few times this Titus ONeil is a physical specimen. Last Monday, or a couple Mondays ago, he added a little line at the end of that, which he's never really said before. He said, but it's got to equate into some victories. Now, I am a Titus ONeil fan, so my question is, when you going to get that push? When you going to hold the strap? When you guys are going to hold the tag team belts? Because I'm looking forward to that day.
That's a goal that we get up with every time we come to work. We don't know. Only thing we can do is continue to work as hard as possible and be prepared for the moment when the moment comes, and we'll definitely seize the moment when the moment comes. I can assure you this, that it's been a target and a goal for us to be the WWE Tag Team Champions since we became the primetime players, and it still remains a goal, and it'll be reached. Hopefully sooner rather than later, but whenever we reach it, you'll be able to look back and say we earned it. Nobody gave us anything. We earned each and everything that we've gotten from in this company, and that's the only way that I would want it to be. I don't want anybody to give me anything.
Speaking with Titus ONeil, WWE Superstar, one half of the primetime players. And I'd be remiss if we didn't ask you a momentous day not that long ago in WWE when your tag team partner, Darren Young, announced that he was gay bravely. What was that whole experience been like for you, and what has his reception been so far in the WWE locker room?
Very positive. For me, obviously, me being with him more than anybody else, I already knew. But I'm one of those people, man. You live your life the way you want to live it. I'm not one to judge anybody because I don't want to be judged. Darren's a great friend of mine away from the ring. I consider him a part of my family. My kids call him Uncle Darren. They run, they play, they joke with him. He stayed over to my house numerous amounts of times, and I consider him family. And for him to exhibit the courage that he did to go and discuss his sexual orientation, to the world, and was a brave move to some, but to me, it's just the act of what type of man he is. You know, it's just, you can only live behind certain people's stereotypes or certain barriers in life for so long, and then at some point you just got to say, man, to hell with it. I am who I am. I do what I do, and I'm going to be who I want to be. And that goes whether you're, you know, heterosexual, homosexual, black, white, you know, male or female. I think everybody, you know, is born with the right to live whatever way they choose to live, and hopefully most people try to live to be good people, and I just consider Darren to be one of the greatest people I've ever come in contact with.
This just came out a couple weeks ago, but you said you've known. I'm curious, how long have you known before Darren came out publicly with this?
For a while. It's been a while. I couldn't even think about it, because that's just how irrelevant that aspect of him and our relationship is to me. Like, okay, whatever, you know, and that was pretty much the answer I've been giving with everyone. It's like, okay, so, you know, he's came out and openly said he's gay. So what? You know,
Right.
that's his life. Does it hinder him from coming and performing every week? No, it doesn't. Does it stop him from being a good person? No, it doesn't. As I've told people time and time again, it's sad that people want to look down on the lesbian and gay community when they're trying to fight to become a family, while others that are heterosexual in a heterosexual relationship are fighting to get out of family, meaning divorce. You know, the lesbian gay community are trying to fight to, you know, get married and have kids or raise kids. And there are people out there that are, you know, heterosexual couples that don't take care of their kids, don't, you know, value family, don't really believe, you know, in the institution of family or marriage. So, like I say, for one to try to judge Darren because of his sexual orientation would be probably one of the most ignorant things I've ever seen, other than racism or sexism.
You're obviously inside of the WWE locker room. You have been for quite a while. You're in there every week. You played at the University of Florida football under Coach Steve Spurrier in the mid-'90s. You've been inside of a football locker room. I've heard quite a few people and pundits say that if an NFL player came out as gay or homosexual, would not be received that well in an NFL locker room. I've expressed my opinion previously to that. Now, you haven't been in both locker rooms. What is the difference, and do you think it would have been received differently, let's say, if you were on a football team?
I think the culture of the world in general has probably conditioned themselves to be more accepting of certain things, and this being one of them. The football locker room and the WWE locker room are two completely different things. In my opinion, from my experience, they are. Number one, in the football team, you all are one team and you believe in one team. In the WWE locker room, yes, you all work for the same company, but everybody's their own individual. And even as a tag team, eventually you become your own individual. So with that, will obviously always come more shots in the WWE locker room for people to be very constructive and backstabbing and stuff like that, because if you play a position, you play a position. If you don't play a position, you know, you're really not a threat. Well, in WWE, everybody kind of plays the same position. Everybody's trying to be a WWE superstar. So whatever shot you can take, whether it be if a person's gay or not, you know, they're gonna try to make something of it. Whereas in football, you know, whether a person's gay or not doesn't matter. If they go out and make plays, they make plays. Period.
Absolutely.
Well,
Agreed.
guys,
Speaking
be
with
sensitive to it, and I can assure you that there are guys, whether they came out openly gay or not, there are gay guys in NFL and college locker rooms.
Absolutely. I mean, the numbers, the statistics dictate that as much. Titus ONeil, WWE Superstar, here with us on Fourth and Pain. Just about a minute left, and I'm just curious, you who have played football, played at the University of Florida, then you had a brief stint in the NFL. I'm curious, Titus, out of the gate, have you had an opportunity to follow what's been going on so far in the pros? And who is your early Super Bowl contender? I know that week one hasn't even kicked off yet, but we like to lock these ridiculous picks in early. Who is your early contender?
Early contender, man, I would say San Francisco or Seattle. I like both of them. They have both of those teams have stellar
Redskins.
defenses. Their offenses. Of course, in the Redskins. But if RG3 isn't there, I don't know. I don't know, Adam. If RG3 is not there for the duration of the season, it'll be tough. That dude is a legit difference maker, regardless of what team he plays for. But defense wins championships, in my opinion. Always has, always will. Offense sells tickets, and both of those teams that I just named, Seattle and San Francisco, both have legitimately great, really good defenses, and their offense can put up enough points and control the ball well enough to put them in position to win more games than not. So if I had to pick today, then those teams would be the ones that I would have to pick. Plus, I don't see any big injury issues with neither one of those teams going into the season.
Huge. Absolutely huge to go into the year healthy. Titus, we are fresh out of time, man, but we greatly appreciate you joining us today on Fourth and Pain.
Appreciate it, man.
Time for this week's Fourth and Pain. And Adam, did you know that by coming on the show not once, not twice, but thrice, outside of Goldberg, Titus ONeil is the most frequent pro wrestling guest on this very program. More so than The Miz, more so than Roman Reigns, Dolph Ziggler, or Kofi Kingston, or any other pro wrestler we've had on, not to mention all the NFL interviews. Titus ONeil, you are a 3-time Fourth and Pain champion.